to the eldest and apostles of convincing operations Kriyawa, Shava, Bakadash. Should went to the one dirty with the light Zechariah 13:8, which also Nikos Latinos and Native Americans, as well as bloodline who were still oppressed together according to the book of Jeremiah 50:33, but to whom shall lay belong the adoption, the glory, the covenants, the giving of the law, the service of God, and promises according to the book of Romans chapter 9 verse 4. Ecclesiastes 10:7, I have seen servants upon horses and princes walking as servants upon the earth. KJV 16:11. Yeah, I want to tell you a story about patience. And this is Romans 12:12 to start with, rejoicing in hope, patient in tribulation, continuing in stern prayer, and then we will read Galatians 6:9. And let us not be weary in well doing, for in due season we shall reap if we faint not. And to faint can also mean to be not being not patient, okay? Because even people in the world can be patient. Okay, so what does it really mean? It don't mean, okay, that you are one of those nice dudes, okay? If I don't know, somebody stole your car, and after 10 years, okay, you find that person, then that person steals again your next car, okay, and you don't even bring it to court. That doesn't mean being patient, okay? That is not like stealing is one of the 10 commandments, right? Let me check that. Is stealing 10 commandments? Yes, you shall not steal is explicit. It's like explicitly one of the 10 commandments found in Exodus 20:15. Okay. Prohibits taking what isn't yours, covering physical theft, fraud, cheating, and even failing to give what is owed. Okay. Against kidnapping, making it a very serious offense. Jewish tradition often interprets it more specifically as a prohibition against kidnapping, making it a very serious offense. Yeah. So, for example, you can go by letters, right? That's why how can I say? Yeah, technically, okay, if it were about the letter, then I would have moved out of Germany already, because Germany had cost me with the train delays, and all kind of stuff. Okay, it cost me so much time and effort. Okay, before I had a driver's license. Okay, like for example, children, teens, people who don't have a driver's license, okay, who drive with the structure that is established in Germany, okay, a structure that shouldn't be financed by the people only, but also by the state, at least that it works, okay, but Germany just won't give a shit, okay. You have a structure that is so trashed out that it's a shame and a weak, soft, stupid thing, okay? Like you would think, oh, that's Germany, that's not Hamite playground. Like those children that they are, man. Okay, but guess what? Investing your money as a working class, taking your money, investing it into stupidity, okay? Like you have taxes maximum. Okay, investing it into, I don't know, new wheels for a car, okay? Or new the fifth flat for the holidays. Instead of giving just a little bit, which I talk about the government, into your own country. Okay, a little bit, just maybe not even much, just a little bit, so the basic things in the country work. Basic things, like all the other countries that are way clever, more clever than the stupid Germany. Okay, who understand that. And yes, as a government, you are responsible if something works or not in your own country. We are not in Hitler time, okay? We are not in Hitler time where they invented cars and now nobody drives to train anymore. We in 2026. Is this a big monkey cage or what is it? Yes, it is. But look the truth in the eyes, they rule over you. Okay? They don't have control anymore. They don't have control anymore. This is why the third world countries are way smarter. They outsmarted. They outsmarted you, Germany. They outsmarted you. Germany is destroyed in an instant. Germany is already destroyed. That's why you don't have to destroy it. Right? Shame on you. Romans 8:25. But if we hope for that we see not, then do we with patience wait for it. Khan. I tell you, if I would go by the law and the law only without faith, I would be already out of here. It's just that I love the brothers here in Germany. They are how they are because they are from here, just like me, the same, if you will, destination, if you will. Okay, sooner or later. Okay. Yeah. Okay. First and foremost. Then also I actually drew a coin. I drew a coin. Okay, head or number. That's what they say, right? Okay. If I should move somewhere out of here, I drew a coin. To be honest, it was Japan. In the recent years, it was Japan. It's not because it came all of a sudden. I had an old friend of mine, long before I even opened the Bible to a certain extent. Okay, back then when I was a child, my parents gave me a Bible. Okay, and then I was not really reading in it, but I just thought open it, and they they brought me to church, man. Okay, here you would say Christian church in Germany, right? So what they did is um, they used to just put me in a car and take me with them to the church. Doesn't matter if my mother or my father, they both did it, right? My African so-called father He believes at least he's an African. Let he thinks what he wants. Let him think what he wants. And my so-called German mother. Okay, both proclaiming to be evangelic. Both evangelic. Oh no, she said maybe Catholic, right? And he says he's evangelic, right? Whatever they think that is, and whatever those groups that they themselves mention believe what they are, which they would say they're something different. That shows that that's really a big confusion. Okay, so guess what? Then later, okay, before I came into the truth, 1 year or half year, I really opened the Bible, and the first thing I did was I was reading the whole Bible from the first book, first verse, all the way to the book of Revelation, the last verse. Okay? This is where I really understood the Bible. I went into different topics in the internet, and I could see what is wrong and what not. Okay, if somebody tells you you don't have to keep the laws, okay, anymore, because it's the Old Testament, but you was reading the whole Bible before that. I mean, if you're not totally bugged out, then you would think, okay, obviously he tries to deceive or to lie to me, because the Bible doesn't give you any kind of any sort in any interpretation, whatever you think of, okay, to say you don't have to keep the commandments anymore. If the commandments are good, holy, lawful, and not harming anybody, being perfect even, okay, and you have even Yahushua coming down to earth telling you how to really keep it, not by letter but by heart, and by knowing what you are able as a human being, what not. Okay, like one example is if the ox falls down into a pit and it's Sabbath, right? It's just one example of paraphrasing. Don't you take that fucking ox out, you monkeys out there, even when it's Sabbath. That is how you keep the law. But where did he say you don't have to keep it anymore? He himself was keeping it. Never told anybody to not keep it. He himself went on the Sabbath days to read the law in the synagogues, or in the real church. Okay. Tell you, man, this Germany is a big monkey cage, man. Okay. Today, if I wouldn't had drawn that coin, okay. Yeah, I don't move really. I don't move to Japan. That especially not Japan. But you know, today I think I wouldn't even necessarily move to Japan, man. I would move to. You can move today to any country that was 5 years or 10 years back would be called a third world country. They outsmarted Germany, not just outsmarting, but having a working ground, a working structure, like what? This is not normal, man. This is not normal. No, it is not normal. Somebody has to be responsible. Somebody has to be responsible. Somebody has to be responsible. And no, it's not the Second World War. It's not the Second World War. And we hadn't enough time. We had enough time. Other countries, for what we had 40 years time, they had 3 years. And they're still better. And they have basic things working. Basic things. Shalom, I'm out of here.